All right. Episode number 24 of the Basement Tapes. And this one is a real humdinger, a doozy. It is the 1940 WS Corp Cowboys and Indians, the R185 of the Gum family in the American card catalog. I have two of these bad boys. I have the John C. Fremont and the General Sturgis. Now, cards, Cowboys. If you didn't want to be a baseball player back in the 40s, 50s, you probably wanted to be a cowboy. Nobody wanted to be an Indian, unfortunately, because they kind of got a bum deal. But Cowboys were a pretty big deal. I remember as a kid growing up in the Philadelphia area, actually growing up in the city, a rite of passage in our family was getting a cowboy outfit at a certain age. I'm not sure what that was, 3 or 4 years old, but I have pictures of me and my brothers each when we received our cowboy uniforms when we were younger. So Cowboys were a big deal. Not the Dallas Cowboys. They never were a big deal, especially in Philadelphia. But to be a cowboy, boy, what a good time out there on the range, campfires, beans and franks, horses, and just you and the fellas out there enjoying yourselves. 48 of these cards, $3 a pop for a total value of $144. A set of these will cost you between $90 and $175. Not sure what that means in gold and pelts and all that fun stuff, but that'll cost you about that much. Trying to see here, my math wasn't that good. There seemed to be some that might be more expensive or more rare than others. So trying to find out what that is in real time. Nope, the math adds up. They're all the same, as they say. So let's go to TCDB. You can see here the WS Corp Indian and Western Series are 185. These are gum cards. We love our gum cards. And all sorts of treacherous things happening out there on the plains with barbarians versus non-barbarians, and whatever side you're on, that's the other side would be the barbarians. Not a lot talked about on here, on TCDB, but these cards are cool little cards. It starts out with number 49, the Weasel Calf. And let's see here. Card number 49. This is one of a series of 49 cards. Weasel Calf. Chief Weasel Calf of the Blackfeet tribe, when only 18, returned one day with 20 scalps of the warring Sioux, and as a reward was made chief. Weasel Calf continued fighting the Sioux Indians until the final Indian treaty of peace was signed, and lived to the ripe old age of 89. Copyright WS. And there's hand fighting there. Boy, this is a pretty gory set. It's almost like if the Diamond Stars from the 30s got violent, got dressed up, and beat the bejesus out of each other. So there's a cattle stampede card. Samoset's an Indian chief. Apparently, there's a prairie fire involving buffalo. Those arsonists, the buffalo, apparently responsible for the fires. Chief Ski Scrocka, Black Hawk, saved by stockade. Anyway, lots of Indian and cowboy cards. Chief Nanan Dagan, cowboy whoopee. Let's read about the cowboy whoopee. The whoopee, now a word in common use in the English language, was first originated on the Western ranch by the cowboy who used the word whoopee in rounding up the cattle or wild horses. Cowboys not only work hard, but also play hard. Cowboys are apt to call any form of amusement making whoopee. Wow, there you have it. Let's see what else we can find out here from back in the day. Lots of chiefs, lots of Indians, lots of all sorts of shenanigans happening out there in the Indian territory. Bulldogging. No rodeo is complete without a bulldogging contest in which the cowboy must leap from his horse and wrestle a steer barehanded. The cowboy must stop the steer, throw him, and tie his legs together, a very dangerous and difficult feat to perform. Custer Scouts, number 70. Here we have one of the brave soldiers of the United States Army who volunteered for such dangerous duty as scouts under General Custer in a battle known as Custer's Last Stand. All of these scouts were killed together with their general. Rightfully so, probably. Mind your own damn business, General Custer Scouts. And Custer's last fight, the Sioux Indians resented the coming of the white man to the Black Hills of South Dakota, where gold was said to be plentiful. This started the War of 1876, the year of the Battle of Little Bighorn, which the Indians called Greasy Creek. It was there that General Custer and his entire outfit were killed. Anyway, lots of chiefs again. Bill Hickok, lassoing, Yellowstone Kelly. Not familiar with their work. I assume it's a man. There's a mustache over top of the upper lip. What else we got in this set here? We have Indian canoes. Let's talk about Indian canoes. The Delaware tribe favored dugout canoes made by hollowing out and shaping a large log by burning and cutting. The Pequot and other tribes made their canoes by tying birch bark over a frame of curved young trees by steaming and bending. Illustrated as a Pequot making a birchback canoe. There's an Ojibwe tribal chief there, and Forebears is in there, and an Indian unhorsed. That's pretty gory. There's an Indian going down hard off his horse, but bronco busting is in there. John Fremont, best known as the man who saved Kit Carson's life, Captain Fremont had a long and glorious record as a friend of the early settlers and as an Indian fighter. Most of his combats were with the Klamath tribe. Indian Beast, that's pretty nasty, calling Indians beasts. Anyway, tobacco. There's a tobacco card in there, number 89. It says the English name of this chief is much easier to spell than his Indian name, T. Chandi. The name of his tribe is still harder to spell, Ni Ka Wi Ji. With names like that, the Indians did not have to fight. They could almost talk their enemies to death. Okay. Anyway, pretty rudimentary artwork, but fun nonetheless, and historically inaccurate, most likely, because we all know what happened to the natives. So that's it. That's your 1930 WS Corp Indians and Western Series R185s. Now, Beckett considers these to be 1940. TCDB calls them 1930. So I'm kind of confused as to which year they actually are, and not sure who's going to cast the tie-breaking vote in that. So ponder that on your travels, and maybe you folks can come up with the correct year designation for this wonderfully historically inaccurate yet visually pleasing 1940 WS Corp Indians, Cowboys and Indians R185.